Hi guys, welcome. No. Sup, y'all? I'm Eric, and nah. Hi, boys and girls. Oh my God, what the fuck? Hey guys, welcome to Eric's room, and I'm pretty sure you all have been wondering where I've been over the last few weeks. Haven't been uploading. Haven't really been myself lately. I don't really, share my personal life. Here I just do reaction videos, which have been the very foundation that this great channel has been built on. And I thank you guys so much for your support, which is why I feel like I owe it to you to share this with you. So, over the last 5 years, I've been dealing with insomnia, and I've taken a lot of different drugs for it, and none of them have worked. So my doctor prescribed me this new medication, and I mean, wow, I mean, it worked like magic. I'm sleeping, you guys. I'm actually sleeping, and not for like 30 freaking seconds. I mean, I exaggerate a little, but you get the idea. So I've been on this med for about maybe 6 weeks now, and with new medication comes new side effects. Very terrible side effects. Like I keep having these like crazy ass nightmares, night terrors, massive hallucinations, sexual side effects. Okay, that last one was a joke, but yeah, I just this has just not been fun. Add to that massive anxiety, irregular heartbeat, sweating, just constantly sweating. Like I'm just feverish all the time, and it has been hell. I put it out a list of the side effects from WebMD, just to give you guys a bit of an idea of what I've been dealing with. Nervousness, headache, increased appetite. I think that's usual sweating, dry mouth, sore throat, itching, rash, blue balls. I'm joking. If any of the following uncommon side effects occur, please contact your physician as soon as possible. Unusual or vivid nightmares, hallucinations, thoughts of impending doom, hearing voices, psychotic tendencies. Please call your doctor right away if experiencing these uncommon side effects. Yeah, I never researched these until now, and I've only experienced maybe less than half a dozen of these, and I'm starting to wish they were sexual side effects. Now, usually, whenever I quit a med, I would run it by my doctor first, but this, um, I can't keep taking this shit. I mean, like, I'm always afraid to go to sleep, and that's why I was MIA for the last few weeks. And oh my God, man. So I just decided, fuck it, I'm not gonna consult my doctor. I'm just gonna quit the fucking meds. And over the next several days, I'm going to be recording and posting my progress so I can see how this affects me. as well as help anyone who may be taking this med and showing them just how crazy these side effects are. So I'm going to be uploading an update for you guys probably in the next couple of days. So that being said, guys, I thank you so much, so much for your support. Don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe. And you guys have a good night. Hey guys, so I have officially quit as of the last upload, which was about 48 hours ago. So a few of the side effects have gone away, the headaches, the irregular heartbeat, the itching. So hooray for that, right? So I am still able to sleep at night, and I'm still able to sleep through the night. So that's a good thing. Nothing really much to report here. So it's probably going to be a very short video. So so far so good, right? What I'm going to do is I am going to read some comments some people posted from the last video. I haven't read them yet, so I kind of wanted it to be a surprise. So uh, here we go. Okay, so I have a comment here saying quitting meds cold turkey is rather dangerous. Are you truly not going to talk to your doctor? You know, my doctor was adamant about me taking this drug. He did warn me of the side effects, but he downplayed them so much, like, oh, just a few things here and there, nothing serious. I mean, he was pushing this on me like it was this miracle cure and it was going to change my life and everything, but I should have inquired more. And I'm just tired of being afraid to go to sleep, having these vivid nightmares, um, things that I've never seen in any movie, waking up on the floor, sweating and gasping for air, taking like 15 to 20 seconds, realizing I'm even awake. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I'm lying, I definitely would. Another comment says, I've been taking prescription medication for insomnia for over a decade, and never once have I come across such side effects. Well, aren't you a fucking miracle? Here, doc, here, let me give you my money. Me personally, I've taken several scripts over the last 5 years, and even I have never seen anything this crazy. I actually made a post on Reddit so I could get some information, and I'm still waiting on a response. Okay, I got one here that says, take some fucking sleeping pills. You don't think I've tried that? I've tried that for years and it does not work. I even ended up ODing and had to be rushed to the hospital. I must have taken a lot because it took them forever to pump it out of my stomach. And yeah, I'll never do that again. Last one, it says, when are you going to let me fuck? Bro, so nothing to really react to, nothing to report. So it's been pretty damn good so far. So thank you guys so much for the support. As usual, please don't forget to smash that like button. Please leave a comment and please subscribe to my channel. And you guys have a good night. So it's been about so it's um so it's been about 4 days, and oddly enough, I'm still sleeping. However, I must be experiencing some mad withdrawals. I had I had an insane night last night. Um, I remember falling asleep, and then all of a sudden, I see these people in these black robes, and their faces were concealed. It was dark, it was just darkness. Um, I couldn't move. I was just stuck. And then the next thing I know, I see this I see this red light flashing. Uh, this like flashing like every 5, maybe 6 seconds, and every time the light flashed, they would get closer and closer, and then further and further away. Um, and then all of a sudden, their heads were exposed, and they all looked like me, but their faces were decaying. Um, then they started breathing on me, and every time they would breathe on me, would feel this burning, this stinging on my body where they would breathe on me, and I was doing my best to wake up. I was in sleep paralysis, and I was finally able to move. I finally woke up, and when I did, I realized that I was still feeling this stinging on my body where they were breathing on me, and I looked and I saw actual burn marks on my chest. Um, so I started thinking maybe I burned myself when I was cooking. Maybe some grease got on me. I just didn't realize it. uh, I just know that I have never ever had a dream like um, I I stacked some dishes earlier, and they must have fallen over. Yeah, that's what happened. That scared the shit out of me. I apologize for that. Um, so um, so other than that crazy ass dream, I'm still sleeping, and most of the side effects are gone. So that's very good. So I'm gonna check back in about maybe 3 days or so, just to give it a little bit more time. But I'd say this is going pretty well. So as usual, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to smash that like button. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Good night. It has been 7 days. I'm still sleeping. I keep having these vivid dreams, almost the same dream every night. But this time they weren't breathing on me or anything like that. They just kept, they grabbed both my arms and they just started pulling like they were trying to pull me apart. When I finally woke up, I I didn't see burn marks or anything. I saw these reddish marks on me, on my arms where they were pulling. And I told myself I wasn't going to go back to sleep, but I did. I just couldn't. I I couldn't stay awake. And I'm starting to think that these are not. Starting to think these aren't dreams. Then I see this man, and he's getting like close to me, like really, really close to me, like moving forward, just constantly moving forward. It's scaring me. And he gets so close to my ear. And then he whispers in my ear. He says, "Why haven't they killed you yet?" I guess I guess I was able to go back to sleep. That is if I was sleeping. And then for the rest of the night I had a dreamless night, which is rare for me. Um most of the side effects are gone. However, I feel like there's this presence here, like it's something just watching me, studying me. It's like no matter what I'm doing, it's like I feel like something's watching me all the time. And my anxiety is just through the roof. But I refuse to go back on the meds. If this is part of the withdrawal process, then I'll just have to deal with it. I'll just have to ride out the storm. I just have to ride it out. Yeah, I'll just have to ride it out. Just ride it out completely. Yeah, just ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out. Ride it out. So anyway, yeah, so yeah, as always, smash the like button, subscribe, comment. You know, I bet you want to know what happened. 10 days, 10 fucking days. I have not slept in 2 days. Not because the meds wore off, it's because I choose not to sleep. Every time I close my eyes to go to sleep, I see things. Every time I wake up, I see things. I open my front door to get some fresh air in, and as soon as I open the door, there's this woman, this very attractive woman in a red dress standing there. And she says to me, "Why haven't they killed you yet? Why haven't they killed me yet? What the fuck kind of question is that?" I say, "Lady, I'm calling the cops." And then I turn around for a brief second, and as soon as I turn back around, she is gone. And I swear to God, I was not asleep. I was awake. I am like
This is insane. This was incredibly insane. Oh my god. You know what? It's funny. It's funny because I did all this because of all these terrible fucking side effects. I did all this to end the nightmares and the night terrors and sleeping and my sleep, and it's been causing more problems than solutions. And I just I I don't have a choice. I'm not stopping. I'm not quitting. I'm getting off of this one way or another. So comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Reddit finally got a response from Reddit. I haven't seen it yet. I figured since this was a reaction channel that I just go in blind. Okay, here we go. Okay, so my post on Reddit says this. I have been taking Somnivia for close to 2 months. At first, I couldn't believe how quick it was. I barely would get 3 hours of sleep per night before the meds. But after about a week, I noticed these wild adverse effects. I was not given much information on this drug. I have stopped taking it altogether. Has anyone else experienced anything? I'm not going to say the username. Please tell me you didn't stop just taking it in all caps. Whoever your doctor is, he's a complete lunatic. There's an ingredient in that drug that has been banned in other countries. It causes temporary to even permanent psychosis, massive hallucinations, mental instability, and even night terrors. Sometimes you don't even know if you're asleep or awake. It's that fucked. What in the actual fuck? Would have been nice for him to mention this before I started taking this shit. But anyway, but everyone who has taken it, including myself, experienced things differently. I tried to quit altogether, and that was a huge mistake. You can't just quit. Once you attempt to quit, it has you. You're not yourself anymore. I almost killed my wife because of it. My advice: you can either continue taking it and pray that it has mercy on you, or you can forsake it and face the consequences. The username has been deleted, the comment has been removed. He did not mention which ingredient it was or how he managed to fight it. So that's it. Is this supposed to be some sort of conscious entity or something? Pray that has mercy on you or deal with the consequences. Okay, so I researched the ingredient that the guy was talking about, the ingredient that the guy failed to mention on Reddit. So it's called Sepsin 20. Its main purpose was to treat violent psychiatric patients in Germany. The ingredient was apparently banned because hospitals were reporting suicide, self mutilation, brain damage, and violent behavior. The only medical benefit from this ingredient was the fact that it could help with insomnia. When mixed with different medications, it's not as bad as it is taken solo. So that's why it was prescribed here in the States. Most doctors don't even prescribe this because they know the shit that's in it. And there was another case in Pennsylvania that was reported that a woman in her 50s was taking it and she quit too. And a few days later, she was found dead. She threw herself off of the roof of her house head first into the ground. When they did the autopsy, they revealed that she had massive amounts of Sepsin 20 in her system. So she was taking huge amounts of this medication. Getting this shit out of your system is torture. I even read somewhere where if it's in your system for over 72 hours, then you open up a door you can't close. It's been over 3 weeks, almost a month. And every night, it's the same thing. Every time I try to go to sleep, I hear them say the same thing. Why are you not dead yet? I see these people with wearing black robes, crawling on the walls, screeching. You want to know how I developed insomnia? Over 5 years ago, on Easter Sunday, I got a text from my girlfriend, Megan. She sent me a text saying Happy Easter. I sent her a text back saying Happy Easter. 6 hours later, I get a call from her sister saying, I'm sorry, Eric, but Megan is gone. I rushed I rushed to her house and I saw her mom still holding her really tight. And they warned me not to go in there, but I did anyway. And first thing I noticed was her eyes. One of them was still open enough to where you could see there was no light in her eyes. And ever since then, every time I closed my eyes, I would see that same image. It just was burned right in my fucking head, and I could not get rid of it. Remember when I said that I overdosed on when I overdosed on sleeping pills? That wasn't an accident. I know, I'm getting to that. I blamed myself. If I had just been there with her, but you didn't, did you, Eric? No. Oh, see, you were so fucking distracted by your channel that everything else was shit to you. You told yourself, oh, she's got her family. She doesn't need me. Well, you were dead fucking wrong. And now she's dead. Great fucking job. Maybe, maybe that's why I keep hearing, why aren't you dead yet? Because I wished it were me. I don't have any family. I don't have any friends. No one would care if anything happened to me. She had everything that I lacked, and yet she's dead. How the fuck is that fair? I was stubborn then, and I'm stubborn now. Last night, I had a dream. I was in an abandoned house. There was only one light in the house, one room. And when I got in that room, there was Megan. But at the same time, it wasn't because she looked weak and she was hoarse. But she said one thing to me, and I'll never forget it. Lights out. I'm going back to sleep. Yeah, back to sleep. Back to sleep. Back to sleep. Back to sleep.
Look, I'm sitting here, riding out for help. Does anybody hear me? Breathe me out loud. Lift up my love for he's out to shout. Hey, that I'm too wait, go away. I'm that here. I don't know, but it feels like I'm go wait. To the cute voices in my head, telling me to do with it that if I just don't want you, please tell me to this man. Yeah, there's too much physical and mental pain. Well, hello.
Yeah, that was amazing. Definitely clap your hands. Everyone give him a hand. Great job. Great job.
Unmute your mic, Sean. Is your mic on mute?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, that
So
Yep.
was
ladies and gentlemen, that was my buddy Sean B. Video he did. So tell us, Sean, what made you make that film?
So, I am like a very huge fan of like horror films, especially like found footage. Like when you see people like recording themselves doing certain things. That and the fact that I wanted to do something to kind of get my film company off the ground, as well as like let people know that not only am I a filmmaker, but I'm an actor as well. So I was like, you know what, I want to make a short that's like that goes like somewhat horror, psychological, but at the same time, it's like something not simple, but something that's like it gets a good point across. And so my inspiration going into it was like I wanted to show people like that when it comes to be it insomnia, depression, things like that. Like there are like a lot of people that will continue to like repress a lot of things like guilt, anger, and that's one of the things that I was trying to emphasize near the end of the film that no matter what you take or don't take, a lot of problems aren't going to get solved if you got like a lot of guilt or anger or past regrets that you just will not let come to the surface. I know a lot of people deal with that, and I myself am a huge advocate for mental awareness. So I wanted to combine the two, and I wanted to like show a mix of that horror, but at the same time have like show people that this is going somewhere, not just like trying to find a way to creep them out. I'm glad some people got creeped out about it. That's one of the things I was going for. But yeah, I wanted to have a big point at the end of it. Like, and you saw like how I transitioned like from the beginning to the end. Like, I was like very optimistic, and then it's like at the end, like I was not even the same person anymore. I know a lot of people can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people do can relate to that. I don't necessarily deal with it myself. I do somewhat, but I am involved in a relationship with someone who does go through mental health or whatever. So it's a huge thing, that doesn't get talked about enough, you know.
Right. Yeah, I
Which is
agree.
yeah.
Yeah, if I may, I would definitely like to comment on that. It reminded me of like sleep paralysis too, the way that you were talking in the short movie. It was definitely amazing, amazing job on the whole film.
Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about sleep paralysis too. Like my I wanted to also like have it to where it's like when it comes to the audience who watches the film, some of it you have to kind of like think like, is he really like is he really like going crazy, or is there something really like haunting him? So it's like one of those things where it's kind of like at the end or somewhere like also in the middle, you kind of like have to interpret like are we seeing what he's seeing? Are we feeling what he's feeling? Or like are we experiencing the same things that he's experiencing? Or it's like one of those things where it's like you have to really interpret what's going on.
Yeah, I get that. It's like I kind of feel like you keep people engaged by switching off and on or whatever because you like you said you don't know is he is he really there? Is this really happening, or is this not happening? Type of thing. So in that way, I think it keeps people engaged. Whatever
Right.
like what's gonna happen next?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was. That was definitely something I was going for, and also like I my choices in terms of like the background and everything like that. I wanted to like have it to where it's like you're watching like just a regular influencer or YouTube content creator. Like it wasn't supposed to be anything like major, just what you would see on YouTube like every day. But I wanted to make it to where like yeah, that is like that. But I also wanted to like give you that film like vibe of it too. Like try to be as like
Yeah,
authentic as possible, but at the same time, keep in mind, like it's still a film at the end of the day.
yeah, it was. It definitely reminded me of like role play.
Right.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. And I definitely like the song at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love the song. Like it fit perfectly. Perfectly.
If none of you know who that song is, it's by your host, yours truly, me, the Midwest Kid, which is
Awesome,
a song
awesome.
I wrote about. Which I wrote is a song I wrote about my uh other half, who at the time was dealing with some battling some mental issues, and trying to get some help, but felt the felt that she wasn't getting the necessary help that she needed. But I also put it in a way where I put myself in the shoes. I took myself out of my shoes and put myself in that realm. So
Yeah,
I
it fit
definitely,
perfectly.
yeah, I definitely thought it was the when you told me the idea of the film or whatever, and I was like thinking about it. I was like, yeah, that song goes really good with the movie or whatever.
Right.
And now tell us a little bit more about your film production company that you are trying to that you have.
So actually this is something that I've been trying to work for like the last I'd say 12 years. I say that because like I graduated from college in like 2013, and my first thought leaving college was like I want to like do something with not just acting, but I want to like create like a production company. I want to do something like worthwhile. And so sadly, over the last like 12 years, like I was dealing with so much personal stuff that I couldn't even like focus at all. But then there are a lot of life events that occurred over the last, I'd say, year, to where I was like telling myself, you know what? If you don't do this, then you're going to regret it. So what you need to do is go back to what you're most passionate about, which has always been acting, like also like filming, because I taught myself a lot of things about film while actually like going to school for it a little bit in 2013. And so I was like, you know what? Life is too short. I'm just gonna do something. And so one day I just decided I'm gonna make a short film. And my my film company was actually based on the fact that I used to be a content creator. I used to like do streaming for like YouTube, Twitch, and everything like that. And I had been doing it for the last 6 years. And I was like, you know what? I actually came up with this name, so I'm just gonna keep it because I like doing things that are unique and things that people don't ever really do or ever think about. And I was like, I want to leave a mark. So like when I'm no longer here, I want to leave like something that people can definitely remember and they can like get experience from, entertainment from. And then I was like, you know what? I'm a huge fan of like horror, true crime, and things like that. So I was like, you know what?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like take this and I'm just gonna like create original content, not like sequels or remakes or stuff like that. I want to actually, create original things and bring on people that want to be just as original as I am or want to.
I definitely feel that I like to be original too. I don't like to just do one type of thing or whatever. Try to keep it original. To where people say, "Oh, I've never seen something like that."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. That's a part of this show right here. There's probably not too many shows like this one and the worldwide collaboration off the grid show too as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I went out to when I wrote the song because "To Take Me Away" is actually a song, and then I was like, you know, a lot of people don't talk about uh mental health or whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna take that title and run with it and start a podcast and do something, but try to do it where everything that is on this show is based around mental health. But try to keep it fresh, like, creating like Dr. Mental Error, or whatever, and doing different things with the show that's never been done on a podcast.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I love. I love being able to create things. I love being able to write and just make things, not do what everybody else has done or is doing, but just going against that norm of like you got to do what everybody else does. So that's not how I want my content to be like at all.
No, no, you can't. I feel to get further in life, you can't be like everybody else. Sometimes you gotta be against the grain and be different from everybody else to get further in life. Yeah, it may take longer. Some things may take longer, but in the end, if you do it that way, you'll feel good about yourself in the end.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It's the cycle of life. Do what you gotta do. Do your own thing. I definitely feel like you know you've been a friend for at least 5 years or more with me. And I'd like to do certain things and work with you, and maybe you and I can create something with your film and help other people out or whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love to collaborate with like-minded people. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So uh you heard it first. I think me and Sean B are gonna be starting. I'm gonna work music and stuff like that too, but he's gonna be doing the filming or whatever. So we're gonna maybe partner up or whatever. So
Oh yeah, I would love to. Definitely.
I do gotta go, but thank you for having me. Thank you for coming to the show too as well. We truly appreciate you. Much love, family, and God bless. Have a great night.
yeah.
All
Have a
right.
great night, everybody. It was a short film, but be here every Monday at 4 o'clock p.m., 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the Take Me Away podcast. Usually, sometimes it's longer, but today we just do a short film because we wanted to get my buddy's film out there, so people can see it and he can get his name out there and whatnot. So, check it out here on the podcast. Where can you find your film and other stuff there, Sean B?
So you can go on YouTube. I'm actually trying to get it on other different platforms as well, but the actual official movie is on YouTube and also you Cryo Realm Films. You go on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and just put in Cryo Realm Films, and I'm active like all the time on there, as well as Facebook too. But yeah, YouTube definitely. And you can leave a comment and share. That would be, or you can just DM me, talk about film and everything. I'd be happy about that too.
Yeah, definitely. So here, my buddy. If you can't get a hold of him, you can hit me up or whatever. I can get a hold of him and stuff like that. So, definitely. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to the Take Me Away podcast. And we are out.